I'll explain the second exercise. If you're having trouble with the second exercise, you can pay attention. If you're working on the third and you already got the second,
Can I aim it at your computer?
you want to aim it there?
I won't read it. GoPro's kind of crappy.
I guess you can do that.
This is the last one.
You just go to the library.
Yeah.
After
I have to go over the stuff.
Wait, what about? Yeah.
It helps so much. Oh no, you need it.
Yeah. All right. What's your name?
My name?
Yeah.
Jacob Frank.
You're good.
Thank you.
I completed all three. How do I
Can you go to the home? All right. What's your name?
Andres Pineda.
Done?
Yeah.
All right. I trust you. What's your name?
Geraldina Zhang. You can call me Dina. Yeah.
Dina? Call
Yeah.
you Dina?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So second exercise. I'll explain the first part first. So what the program is asking you to do is it's asking you to give a person who's at the computer the ability to type in a number, and then because some programs they don't take any input and some programs do. So and this program is asking you to let the person at the computer type in a number. So in order to do that, we're gonna have to type specific codes to do that. And after whatever the person at the computer types in, you have to print out. Okay? And does that make sense? Any questions about that? So in order to let the person at the computer type in a number, you have to use a scanner. And the program that was already written by default already has a scanner created for us. So we can use this scanner. Okay? So check this out. I can print out scanner dot next int. I'm not even storing this into anything. I'm taking it in, and I'm printing it out in the same line. So let's try it. And you can put in your input. You have to put in your input into this box. So I'm gonna type in this number, and I'll run the program. And it types that number out, right? And now I can type in a different number. It's gonna execute the same code. It's gonna take that number in and then spit it out. Does that make sense so far? So I'm using scanner.nextInt to take in the number. And what I'm doing I'm automatically printing that number out. If you want to store that number, you could create a variable called number and then set it equal to scnr dot next int. Okay, so now you have that number that the user gave you into this variable. Does that make sense? Any questions about this so far? And how can I print that number out? Oh yeah. How can I print that number out?
System.out print the little thing, yeah.
That is correct. Alright, so let's run it. This is basically the exact same thing as I had before. Except in the previous example that I gave you, I wasn't storing the number. If you trace this program, number, you look at number and you check what number is equal to, and number is equal to scanner.nextInt. So you could just put this in right here without storing it at all. Does that make sense?
Oh man.
You don't have to do that. That's just an option.
Can you load from the default template so we're all on the same page?
Go back to the template like this.
Yeah, just click load default template.
That.
Yeah, so we're all looking at the same thing.
All right. So same thing. The program by default, you already have a variable and it's equal to 0. And you print out, enter an integer. You're gonna use the scanner to take that number in, and you're gonna put it into user number. Whatever was in user number up until that point is gonna get overwritten. You're gonna lose that. You're not gonna have access to 0. Or, for example, if it started out as 43 and you override it with whatever the person at the computer gives you, you're gonna lose 43. It gets overwritten. Does that make sense? So now, in order to print, you can just type system.out.println user num semicolon. Let's try it. Are there any questions?
Can you go back to
Finish?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Carl?
Carl Riley?
No, Lynn. Alliant.
Alright.
Thank you.
Any questions about this? Can anybody think of a way to break this program? How could I break this program?
I don't know. Mine doesn't work.
Hmm? Yeah, that's one way to that. Well, yeah. If you put something you're using right now for the scanner, you're using a function to take in an integer. If you give as input a decimal or a number or I mean a word, you're gonna break this program. Does that make sense? So you always have to give the program what it expects. Otherwise, you have to do error handling. But we're not gonna do that, right? We're not gonna do that this early into the semester.
I just don't understand what you're like, what it's asking me to do. I understand how it works.
You have to do ln right here. This has to be ln.
Oh, okay, so you're asking me to.
Finish? What's your name?
Eva.
All right. You're good to go.
All right, thank you. That's a finish.
Done? What's your name?
Andrew Makarov. I had a question about the last one though. Just like style, like is it like redundant to put all these prints, like or?
Oh,
What's-
well, do you have a different option?
You could, I guess you could make like one really long line, but I guess that's
Right.
not right.
Yeah, you could do that and use this, right?
Use that one, yeah.
It's very important to keep code readable. I wouldn't recommend having only one line. This is just like a program to really get you familiar, like put print system.out.println into your mind
Okay.
really well. But I wouldn't recommend, if you were actually programming software engineering, I wouldn't recommend having one system.out.println. You want to keep it as readable as possible.
Okay.
So I would actually keep it like this if I had to do something like that.
Okay.
Finished? Yes. What's your name?
Tyler Knight.
Tyler?
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
I think still reading that. What do you want me to spit it out? Like, if you tell me what you want me to spit it out, I can do it. I just don't know what you're asking me.
I think what the print, it's expecting you to also print out this. You entered whatever, and then you print out the number.
Okay.
So you don't just print out the number, you also need this.
You entered 4. Got it.
Okay?
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I finished, but it doesn't show me that I've completed them.
Yeah, that happened for some other students as well.
But I can go through them and show you?
Yeah.
Okay. I hope I'll still get the grade. I don't know what you want to...
Yeah, I just want to see the 5s out of 5. Alright.
Okay.
What's your name?
Vesta. So my family is actually Bulgarian. I recognize the accent as being from the area.
Oh. Nice.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
Okay.
you're good to go.
Will this appear eventually, or does it?
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't appear. Right? So, oh, maybe we should refresh. Yeah, you just need to refresh.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Are there any? Does anybody have questions about any more questions about the first part of the second assignment? Yeah. Right. So they want you to give two integers, right? So you could do 4 and then skip a line and then type 5. So I'll show you how this works. Right, so you have two variables and you can overwrite them. How could I take in a number? Remember?
Oh, the scanner.
Yeah. Scanner dot next int, and this takes the first number in. And what this does after this line executes, it's gonna store 4 into first num, and 4 is gone out of the input. There is only 5 left in there. So now second num is equal to scanner dot next int. What this is gonna do, since 4 is gone, it's just gonna go on to the next number in the input. It's gonna take 5, not 4. So I could print out first number is plus first num. Second number is not first, yeah, second. Does that make sense?
Sorry to keep calling you. I'm really close to understanding what it's asking. Oh, no, actually, I understand what it's asking. I just don't understand what this is.
You have to use a print outline. Right there. What this means is it's expecting a new line at the end, a new line character.
Well, shouldn't that
to
be...
skip a line.
Okay, you're right, because...
Does anybody have questions that they want me to one-on-one?
What? You add number? You're on this one, the second page, the second? Number here. Oh, you're the one here. Wait.
Yeah.
It's expecting exactly.
Okay, you're doing.
No, I won't. Some labs might have a limited number. We're not sure if we put that in or not. Or should be able to submit as many times. I'll just copy and paste that space.
Oh, I think you asked me to do that. I needed to do that. You can go to part 3, set a meeting, and it's more than work. You can go on to number 3, and the beginning, and it's going to grade the entire thing, so we'll get full points. You do just number 3. This scanner, it's like it's an object that lets you give the ability of a person who's at the computer typing on. So for example, instead of hard coding specific values like adds 4 and 5, you can add there. Nice examples. You can ask the user, give me a number, and then they type in a number, give me a number, and you do those specific operations to compose the numbers. Now, any questions?